philosopher and activist who never stops fighting for justice and speaking truth to power and to the powerless for that matter. So this isn't just another conference. This is where ideas get tested, where the conversations that shape our future begin. Multiple plenary sessions, dynamic speakers, real talk about the issues that impact our communities. And then some good food and a live band. Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech, Left Coast Farm. The event is free and open to the public, but you must register at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can also peep the plenary topics. The future belongs to those who show up and engage. So don't just think about change, be part of the conversation that creates it. The Left Coast Forum is brought to you by the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Partnership for Growth LA, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, LA Care Health Plan, United Teachers Los Angeles, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and more. Space is limited, so if I were you, I'd register right now at KBLA1580.com. Your voice matters, your presence matters. We'll see you there.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
My love, how do we ensure our in-laws don't impact our relationship?
So there's a degree of separation from our relationship dynamic as a couple and our extended family. For example, it's really not my job to be worried how Russell's family would react if I needed to set a specific boundary or I wasn't able to attend an event, and vice versa. So Russell holds the primary responsibility of communicating that we may not be available or that something doesn't work for us. If his family struggles with that, it's not a conflict between him and I, because that would allow an external party to dictate our relationship. Their emotions are theirs to manage.
Very interesting. Hey, this is hour number 2 of the VOR. Please understand, we've got a deep conversation going on. I'm going to get to Sean from Oakland as well. And again, if you want to call in and share your story about emotional husbandry. Oh, yeah, that's another term for emotional enmeshment. When a man and his mother have this enmeshed kind of relationship, they call it emotional husbandry. I'll get into some of those facts and details in depth a little bit later on. But we're on the line with a caller right now, and he was sharing, his story and his journey about his mother.
Don't let it go over.
What'd you say?
I want to see this first.
Oh, okay. Sorry, he's talking to somebody else while he's on the radio. That's fine. Okay. I want to peel back some of the layers regarding his relationship with his mother, because he kind of backpedaled. Initially, he said he called in because it made him think of his cousin, but we understand that that's a ploy, a plot he uses, to, back his way into conversation. So let's really deal with Eric from Carson. Eric, are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
So I want to know, what kind of relationship did you have with your mother early on? Was she controlling? Was she loving, nurturing? What was the whole thing? Talk to us.
My mother was, and he still is, she was the, what's the word I want to look for? She was the head of the family.
You're looking for the best words. That's fine.
No, I'm trying to look for the accurate word. Right.
Accurate or best? I know you're on the
Both.
radio and it's uncomfortable. I get it. Was your mother a helicopter parent?
What does that mean?
Over involvement in daily life, direct intervention, constant oversight, over scheduling. Was this her?
You know what is kind of odd is that when I was a teenager, my mom was more, she wasn't as hands-on as a teenager as when I became a young adult. And I kind of understand that now more than I did then.
Why?
Like in my early 20s.
Why now?
Hmm?
Why do you understand that now? And why do you think she let off of you a little bit as a teenager?
Well, as a teenager, she was younger. And so I was a kid who just followed the rules and wasn't a problem. So I really didn't require a lot of...
Could it have been you were in a more structured environment called high school?
Well, okay, you could put that, you could say that as well, but I never was out of it. I went to college. I started working right at 18, so I've always been in some kind of structured environment.
So when she kicked up the monitoring in your 20s, why did she do it? What was her reason?
I think now she was getting older, and then I think she started to have concerns. She knew she was raising a young black male in the society that we live in. And I think she had concerns about who I would associate with. She knew I have a good heart, and she felt like I had a good job, I had a nice car, and she was concerned about who I associated with, if they were taking advantage of me.
Wait, let's stop. Let's stop. Was that a yes or no for your mother being a helicopter parent? I gave you the definitions, the descriptions. Was she?
She was a helicopter parent when I was in my early to mid 20s.
All right, so let's stop. Let's stop there. All right. What are some of the potential negative outcomes for children that were raised by helicopter parents? Mental health issues. Studies have shown a correlation between helicopter parenting and increased rates of anxiety and depression. Reduced independence. Children may struggle to develop their own confidence, critical thinking skills, and the ability to handle challenges. And then lack of competence. Overprotection can prevent children from learning to cope with difficulties and mistakes, which are crucial for building competence. Your thoughts?
Okay, can I comment?
Yes.
Yeah, my thoughts on that would be this. All of those things have relevance. However, in my case, because at 18 years old, I started working for the state of California. I had a pretty good job. I went to school. So I had other people, supervisors and mentors who could balance, what you've just described. So it didn't affect, I developed
Have you ever gone to therapy?
I've been to therapy, but I don't think I need therapy for what you're referring to. I don't need therapy in the sense of I had a helicopter mother. I'm telling you, my therapy was the other. My therapy was my exposure to my job. I was working in Orange County around white people, so I had other things to counteract the helicopter.
So you think as my being mother, busy and having things to do, that it kind of put whatever negative effect that your mother may have had on you to the side or lessened it in degree, right? Because you had other things to focus on, so it didn't really bother you that much. Is that what you're saying?
I don't like the way you put it. I wouldn't say that I was
put it
busy.
The way you put it.
I was. Okay, I would put it that I was on track. I had a good job. I was establishing myself as an individual, so my mother's helicopter mannerisms did not affect me in the way they could have because I was on track. And I'm not bragging, I'm just telling you the truth that I have always been on track, so therefore my mother's overprotective ways didn't affect me in a negative way like they could have.
Right. And that's probably true. But let me ask you this. Can you I'm gonna ask you a direct question, and are you? I'm hoping you'll give me a direct answer, and I'm willing to listen. Do you think some of your mother's parenting style, right, has kind of seeped into your relationship decision making in an adverse way?
That's a good question. I would say it has seeped in. I don't want to say that it's negative. I look for women to be strong like my mother is. So it's a turnoff to me to deal with women who are what I perceive to be less than strong, because that's what I grew up seeing. So that's, if you want to call that negative or positive, you decide which one it is.
I can't decide that for you. That's for you, to you.
I don't see that as a negative thing, because whatever you like is what you like. I like women
You've turned
it
into a preference. Like, strong women are a preference for you. Could you describe or define what a strong woman is?
A strong woman is a woman who, first of all, knows what she wants out of life and from her man. A strong woman is a woman who knows her. We was talking about this on another show earlier today. A woman who understands what her role is with her man. That doesn't mean you are less than. It just means that you need to understand we each have a role, and my perception is a strong woman knows what that role is. Mm-hmm. And my mother showed me she knew what her role was with my dad, and that's what I was able to see. Mm-hmm. And then I, as an adult that she raised, made my own decisions about how I was going to navigate throughout my life.
Have you ever taken a woman to your mother and asked, "Hey, Mom, what do you think of her?"
I have asked my mother, "What do you think of her?" But I didn't take her to my mother to ask her that. I have asked, "What did you think of her after I dated her?" My mother knew her.
Listen, I don't know the circumstance, whether you took her, whether you got on the phone, whether you text your mother. I'm simply asking, have you ever sought your mother's opinion and or approval for a woman you were dating, sir? That's it.
I have sought my mother's opinion. There's no way in the world that I would seek my mother's approval, because I don't roll that way. And I mean that. I don't. It might sound over aggressive or what have you, but I don't seek anybody's approval for anything that I do.
That's good.
Especially my mother.
Especially?
I'm a man.
Why especially your mother, when your mother has so much influence over you? We can hear it. We see it.
Yeah. She's a great woman. And she's more protective of me today as a full-fledged grown man than she was when I was 20. But that's only because she's trying to protect me, and she doesn't realize that I don't need you to protect me. You didn't protect me when I went to work. You didn't protect me when I'm out in these streets. I got to protect you. Taught me, and I have to learn to not have to learn. I learned to navigate through life on my own. So I would never go to my mother and say, "Can I have your approval for anything?"
Got it. Are you currently dating?
I'm dating, but I'm not in a relationship.
Okay. And what has been some of the feedback you've gotten from some of the women? Has it all been positive?
In regards to me or my mother?
In regards to you. You said, "Hey, your mama ain't got nothing to do with it."
Oh, yeah. I just want to clarify the question. So the feedback that I get is, you're a nice guy. You got your stuff together, and it always starts out good, and then it always ends.
Wait. It always ends?
It always ends.
Well, what's the reason for why it ends? Don't go nowhere. Stay right there. I want to know the reason. We all want to know the reason. Don't go anywhere. My brother Eric is letting it all hang out tonight. I appreciate it. He brought Carson in the building. When we come forward, we going back to Carson to understand why they always end.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here The reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-729-7070. That's 1-800-729-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-729-7070. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it. Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. If you need help getting your resume in order, finding job training, or landing a job, we've got 3 great options for you. First, the City of Los Angeles has worksource centers across the area offering free job support. The California Workforce Development Board can help you with everything from GED prep to vocational training at no cost to you. On the federal level, the Department of Labor's American Job Centers offer a full range of services for job seekers and businesses alike. Visit careeronestop.org, or for more info, just call California's Help Center or visit cwdb.ca.gov or call 916-657-1440. For the City of Los Angeles programs, go to ewd.lacity.gov or call 213-744-7300. All these services are free to help you get your next job. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
We think, certainly in the beginning stages of the relationship, there's generally a lot of projection mixed up with it. And that is responsible for all those love quarrels. I mean, she makes demands which he can't fulfill, and he makes demands she can't fulfill, and animus anima, crossing the swords. And I mean, if you tape record a love quarrel, it's the same all over the world, literally. And that is projection. And if people don't run away but work it out, and take back all what is projection in it. Then appears or is peeled out of all this the true relationship. Now, it might be none. And then it would be like the Freudian thing, goodbye, and now I see you simply represented that and that in me, and thank you very much, goodbye. Or there might be a tremendous amount of relationship, true relationship built up, which is not the same thing as projection.
Interesting. Was that von Franz? Who was that? That was von Franz. That's who, Marie von Franz. That's exactly who it is. Is a mama's boy simply an enmeshed man, or is he also an archetypal prisoner of his mother's unprocessed anima? Von Franz. Does a mother enmeshed man ever choose a partner, or does his mother's emotional script do the choosing? We've got Eric from Carson on the line. Eric is in here embroiled, embattled in a conversation. It's not really a battle. I'm listening to the good brother. And we are having a deep conversation. And Eric was going to share with us why the relationships start off good and then end. Why do they end the relationship with you, Eric? Is there a common theme that comes back to you?
So what I believe.
No, I didn't ask what you hold on. Give me your belief, your opinion, your perspective after you tell me what was told to you by the various women that ended it with you, and if there was a common through line in their complaint or dissatisfaction of you.
It's always, I can't recall the specific word. I'll just say that the bottom line is that it's always that you're a nice guy and just not working out. Like, that's pretty much I'm trying to answer your question, but it's hard to kind of reflect back on something at the moment's notice. But
no, I got it. Maybe you'll call in Monday and tell me what they said.
Well, I can tell you something.
Well, tell me something, not something superficial. I'm pressing you to be open here. You tell me if there's something that was a through line, like different women said the same thing.
I think every woman has pretty much said that I am controlling.
Boom.
And I am.
There we go. Now you're being transparent. We love you, Eric. It's a praise break for our good brother, Eric. See, let me tell you something. We celebrate our brothers, man, when they show up in truth. You finally gave us the truth. I can hear it in you, in the way that you talk. It's measured. It's metered. Like, I'm not going to reveal too much. And I'm telling you, if you want the breakthrough, you got to come through. Do you understand?
There's something you should know.
Go ahead.
I know. I hear you. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing that I would like you to know is that everything has a beginning and an ending. And I'm the kind of person that instead of accepting that something has ended, I'll just stay in it and be aware I should have ended it. But instead of me taking the leap and just ending it, I'm a clinger. So I just stay associated with something that's already dead.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that's the common denominator in all the relationships is that when they have ended, I just stay on until they end it.
Wait, when they have ended it, I just stay on until they end it?
When the relationship has run its course.
Right.
And I am aware that it has ran its course.
And instead of you leaving, you wait until they leave.
Because that's who I am. And so that's the common denominator that you pulled out tonight, is that the reason that I'm always the person who is
the
dumb.
common denominator the common denominator is you actually voiced it.
What do you mean?
You said it. See, you've been hemming and hawing this whole time. You've been tap dancing. You're not a real nice guy because that's how you set it up. If the women are coming back with you're controlling, before you even gave us you're controlling, you gave us I'm a nice guy. We've done 1,000 shows on how nice ain't real. Nice is performative. No, I need you to hear this, though. You got to break through this. You need to be more authentic than nice.
Who I am.
Do you see what I'm saying? You keep saying this is who I am. Nah, this is what you are in the moment, who you are in the moment. But this doesn't have to be who I am. Every time you say this is who I am two of the most powerful words in the English language. And you should be careful of what you declare as you. You are not this dysfunctional piece. I don't even see how you can't see it. Are you self-aware of it? Did you take these women and their words to heart? Like, you are controlling. What does controlling mean to you when women end relationships with you because you're controlling? What does that mean to you? How does that resonate? Talk to me.
It goes back to what we were talking about earlier when I gave the description about how women perceive me physically. So just because someone says it doesn't make it so. And so I don't roll like that. And I just want to, show you, I hear what you're saying, but one of my exes contacted me. We haven't spoken in like 4 years. She contacted me. Her number was still locked in my phone. And she said, I just was thinking about you. You were always good to me. And I just wanted to see how you were doing. And then she started reminiscing. And I thought it made me feel good because she dumped me. And I'm like, you're calling me and telling me how good I was to you?
It made you feel good because you want approval. I asked you.
Well, that might be true.
You want approval. You want acceptance. You want acknowledgement. You want validation. I asked you, go to therapy, bro. Go to therapy. Find out your attachment style. See how that attachment style shows up in your intimate relationships. You could be anxious, preoccupied. Could be. I don't know. Go find out. Sounds anxious to me. But the reality of it is, you still didn't answer the question of the controlling piece. Stay right there. When we come forward, we're going to deal with that. What does it mean to you when a woman says you're controlling? And then, not when just one woman says it, if that's the through line that's coming back, how does that resonate in your spirit? When we come forward, more from Eric from Carson.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Tammy Eswick with BIN News Now. Guys, some new developments in the ICE arrest of beloved Black Des Moines, Iowa school superintendent Ian Roberts.
Bring him back! Bring him back!
Roberts was arrested by ICE agents who say he overstayed his visa from back in 1999. Now, federal agents say the 54-year-old is a citizen of Guyana, and he wasn't allowed to have guns but had loaded weapons throughout his home. Now, the Des Moines Register is reporting Roberts' educational background isn't adding up, with several schools saying they don't have a record of him attending. For those of you that work in corporate, you know nothing's official without a meeting. And according to the top cop in the majority black city of New Orleans, they're expected to meet with the National Guard to discuss the deployment. Finally, Sean Combs is making a Hail Mary plea to the judge before his sentencing, writing in a letter in part, "I lost my way. The old me died in jail." Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Hello, KBLA delegation. Tavis Smiley here. On Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech becomes the epicenter of ideas that matter. The Left Coast Forum is bringing together voices that challenge, inspire, and illuminate, with keynote presentations from people like noted economist Richard Wolff, the man who breaks down capitalism in ways that make sense to working folk like you and me, and Dr. Cornel West will be there, the brilliant philosopher and activist who never stops fighting for justice and speaking truth to power and to the powerless, for that matter. So this isn't just another conference. This is where ideas get tested, where the conversations that shape our future begin. Multiple plenary sessions, dynamic speakers, real talk about the issues that impact our communities, and then some good food and a live band. Saturday, October 25th, LA Trade Tech, Left Coast Forum. The event is free and open to the public, but you must register at our KBLA1580.com website, where you can also peep the plenary topics. The future belongs to those who show up and engage. So don't just think about change, be part of the conversation that creates it. The Left Coast Forum is brought to you by the LA Progressive, the Empowerment Congress, Community Coalition, Partnership for Growth LA, Southwest Voter Registration Education Project, LA Care Health Plan, United Teachers Los Angeles, Black Progressive Action Coalition, St. John's Community Health, the National Lawyers Guild, the Weingart Foundation, and more. Space is limited, so if I were you, I'd register right now at KBLA1580.com. Your voice matters, your presence matters. We'll see you there.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do you do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Nationwide is so much more than a great insurance company. They're one of America's largest financial services companies. Like how I'm more than Saquon Barkley, the NFL's reigning leading rusher. I'm also the NFL's leading husher. Shh, hush up back there. Wow, I might have just set the hushing record. Well, almost. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Investment Services Corporation, member FINRA, Columbus, Ohio.
My mom has decided to learn to paint, and she's good.
My dad's now into creative cuisine, and I've already put on 6 pounds.
Learning new things comes with age.
My mom, she started forgetting my name and what we're talking about.
Forgetting well-known things doesn't. Memory loss may be a sign of Alzheimer's disease. Early detection gives you and your loved one time to plan for the future. Learn the warning signs of Alzheimer's at 10signs.org. Brought to you by the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Come here. Sit down right here, baby. When I met you, girl, you had it going on. But I thought you'd be the same old, running around town, nowhere to be found. Lie and say you at your girlfriend's house. But I found out something, baby. You're not like those other girls. No. Because of you, there's been a change in me. It's just me in your world. Why you wanna treat me like that? The way you love me, you ain't got me in the middle. Thinking about relations in the past, when everything seemed to go wrong. Why you wanna treat me so good? And now I'm telling you, I'm not gonna say it.
Did you know that the dynamics of enmeshment within families can significantly impact adult relationships? According to a study published in the Journal of Family Psychology, adults who reported higher levels of perceived enmeshment in their family of origin were more likely to experience strained relationships with their parents in adulthood. This suggests that blurred boundaries and emotional entanglement characteristic of enmeshment can contribute to difficulties in maintaining healthy connections with family members later in life. Enmeshment isn't just a term, it's a real-life issue that affects countless families. The study we discussed sheds light on how enmeshment can strain relationships between adults and their parents. Understanding the impact of enmeshment can help us work towards a healthier family dynamic.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR is up in here. And I know tonight has been an odyssey. And I have nothing but respect and love for the brother that's on the phone that has decided to talk, you know, to be open, to be transparent, you know, to share his story. And let me just say to him directly, thank you, brother, for talking to us tonight. Because to me, that's the magic of the show. When we can talk together, that's the magic right there. Sure, I can do a topic and I can, you know, ask all type of elaborate questions and give out facts and all of this and that. But to be able to have a human-to-human interaction, that is, you know, the magic. So when we came forward, and now that we've come full circle, I asked you questions, right? And that question was about, how do you feel when multiple women say you're controlling? Eric from Carson.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. I'd like to answer your question, but before I answer your question, I want to tell you something very quickly.
This is commonplace for you. I anticipated this.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I remember I've been listening to KBLA before you had a show. Mm-hmm. I remember when you would come in and guest on shows. Mm-hmm. And you told me earlier that I should consider therapy, which I've had, you know, some therapy, but you were my therapy for a long time. I would listen.
I can't be your therapy, Eric. I'm not a therapist.
I'm just letting you know, and I'm trying to give you some props that listening to you on the radio for a long time before I talked to you, I really enjoyed your commentary, so I'll just leave it at that and answer your question.
Well, I love that,
so,
brother. I appreciate that. But, brother, therapy, Dr. Jashana Johnson, Dr. Sunshine. Come on, man. They're here. Shalonda Crawford. They're here. I bring them on my show. Not just those two, but many others. I'm surrounded by clinicians, right? I love clinicians. They're good people. The ones I know, anyway. But I'm telling you, the ending of these relationships and the corresponding through line, that feedback that comes from the women that say you are controlling. Thank you for the compliment, but deal with the question.
I'm ready. I just wanted to get that out.
I appreciate it. The question, bro.
Okay.
How does that make you feel when they say you're controlling?
Okay. It's threefold. So the one that I really, really loved, when she said that, it made me feel like something was wrong with me. Okay. The one that was a rebound, I felt like it was an excuse, and I had just been used, and she was ready to walk. And then the one that was in between, I really love you, and I don't really care anything about you. I'm just spending time. That one I felt taken advantage of.
So it was all their fault, and none of them were right. This goes back to my point, the initial question I asked you at the top of the week. Can you name 3 things that make you undateable and unrelatable? We have a full circle moment. Let me give you this. Signs of a controlling man includes isolating you from friends and family, excessive jealousy, controlling your finances, emotional manipulation, constant criticism, intimidation, a lack of respect for your boundaries and autonomy. Then there's emotional and psychological control, gaslighting. We said emotional manipulation, conditional love, constant criticism, walking on eggshells. Let me ask, why did these women seem to think, do these women know each other? Are they friends? Were you in a dating circle where you dated a bunch of friends? How did they all come up with the same adjective for you?
I just heard every description you gave, and the only one that resonates with me is not respecting boundaries. All of those other things, that's not me. So what I think, to answer your question, is that the reason that they all said the same thing about control is because I have this strong personality, and it puts people off. People don't particularly like that.
Do you have double standards?
At least, I'm not exactly sure what you mean.
Do you have double standards in relationships? Are there things you can do that she can't do? Are there things that
That's
you
not
try
me,
to?
no.
I'm just asking.
I know.
Do you have a hypersensitivity to disapproval? Can they critique you?
I don't like that.
Yeah, it's all coming out. It's all coming out. Listen, bro, let me just say this. Let me ask you this one last question. What do you think relationships are for again? Because I asked you that at the top of the week as well.
I think relationships are to help you navigate through life with a partner, a soulmate, someone to share the experience of life with, someone to support you. You support that person, to your yin to your yang. That's what a relationship, that's what they're about, in my perspective.
Okay. And I agree with everything you said, except that is, the surface level. That is the icing. That's not the cake. The relationship, intimate relationships are designed to reveal you to you, so you can take responsibility for you. Brother, you got some issues. Did you not? Have they not been clearly outlined in this show tonight?
I don't feel like I have issues.
If a group of women, listen, everybody, that's like a resume, right? Mm-hmm. If everybody puts on your LinkedIn, on your intimate LinkedIn page, that you're controlling, and you say, "Oh, She said it. That's an excuse. She just wanted to leave. This one said it because of that. There's no way in any scenario did you say, yeah, I was a bit controlling. No, what you said was the only thing you copped up or you fessed up to was, I don't respect boundaries. So I want you to hear your own answer to this. Why don't you respect boundaries, the boundaries of women that you date?
Because I feel like in order to have a true relationship with anybody, whether it's romantic or otherwise, you have to expose who you are, and they need to expose who they are. So,
but you can't control that. So why do you do that?
No, you can't. It's something that is a part of my character, and I do. I'm not going to tell you it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you that that's what I have been known to do, and that can sometimes be perceived as controlling.
Is it perceived as controlling, or is it controlling, and is it toxic? I need you to fess up.
I think it can definitely be toxic. I don't think that I have met all the criteria, the definition of a controlling person, but I do acknowledge the fact that people perceive me as controlling, and I think they perceive me as controlling because I'm confident and strong, and I wasn't always confident and strong.
I don't believe you're confident and strong.
I do.
I'm talking to you as a friend. I have no... there is no upside for me to try to put you down or disrespect you, but
I don't take it that way.
So I don't think you're as confident as you believe yourself to be.
What about prove it to you?
Let me just say, Michael Jordan, confident, didn't have to say he was the greatest. LeBron James, not confident. Has to say he's the greatest. Has to put the crown on his own head. He coronates himself. The world coronates Michael Jordan. In here, you've screamed it at the top of your lungs. I can't be told what to do, and I'm this, and I'm... Real confidence doesn't have to speak. Your confidence sounds more like a demand than a command. Right? There's silent authority in command. I don't have to come in and say I'm the captain of the ship. It is acknowledged by the crew. We all know. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Actually.
So wait. Hold that thought. I'm going to come back to you. Hold that thought. When we come forward, Eric and I will land this plane.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yo, this is Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I got another incredible black-owned business for you. Your podcast deserves more than a closet and a prayer. It deserves a green screen that makes your haters jealous. Do you need 4K so crisp you can see their ego? Mics that catch whispers and rants? Hey, a stage that turns Aunt Mildred into Beyonce. Listen, all you got to do is check out onestream.tv, Inglewood Studio Playground, where backyard dreams get VIP upgrades. They've got cameras, mics, stages, step and repeat, everything you need. Lights that flatter people who never get flattering. They got all you need to produce the podcast of your dreams. Listen, their rates are as low as $75 an hour. Yes, really. Swing by 740 Centinela Ave. Call 323-296-4444. Once again, that's 323-296-4444. Trust me, my brother Mike will take care of you. OneStream.tv.
I'm talking lights, camera, action. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? back. If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MAJOR25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MAJOR25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MAJOR25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR, the voice of reason, and his playlist. Man, that's Moonchild. What is it called? Money or Lady? Wise Woman. Yeah, it's a great record. Man, I love Moonchild, man. This was a very interesting topic tonight, and we triggered our good brother, Eric, but triggered in a good way. Eric?
Yes, sir.
Again, I thank you for your candor and your composure. You were under pressure, brother, in this conversation. And respectfully, you handled yourself well. But I really want you to seriously go find an amazing therapist and do what you did tonight. If you could do it on radio, you could do it behind closed doors, bro. Right? That controlling piece, that is a recurring theme coming from different women you've dated, is a huge red flag for yourself. And I urge you, I implore you, seek somebody to have these real conversations so you can face yourself.
I will take your advice, and I'd like to answer what you asked before the break.
Sure.
Or you made a statement, and I actually think you were 100% correct.
And what was the statement?
Because I've heard it before. The statement was, if you are a leader, you don't need to say you're a leader.
That's right.
And so I want to share with you briefly, because I know you don't have a lot of time here. I just want to say that there is a reason why I have started self-acclimating. I can't go into it. There's not enough time, but I understand that that's not something that is going to get you favor with anyone if you have to toot your own horn. But I just need you to understand that this is important that you hear this last piece. I was a young black guy in a professional position working in Orange County, and I had to toot my own horn because nobody else was going to do it. And it's become a part of my personality, and it doesn't win people over, but that's the reason why I became a horn tooter of myself. But I understand what you outlined is that if I keep doing that, it's just going to turn people off.
But that's not work. Intimate relationship is not work. You can't bring the work into the relationship. If you got to do that at your job, that's fine. But in the intimate space, you don't have to do that. Do you see the overcompensation? If you're as confident as you are, there's no need for overcompensation. Do you see the incongruence?
I can see it, but I'm a human being, and so I don't have all of the answers, but I do see what you're pointing out.
Yes. Man, let me just say, I'm going to say it again, man. I appreciate you for calling. And listen, you are a VOR all-star. You can call in anytime. I encourage you to continue to call in so that we can have these types of discussions, brother, because people need to be put in front of themselves, and this was a great example of that. Again, I appreciate you. Eric, guess what you just did, my friend?
I just brought Carson to the house.
Come on, Carson took over the whole show. I love the conversations, man. And you guys know, man, I'm not perfect. You know what the topic is going to be tonight? I ruminated over this for a couple of days. The topic tonight was going to be, I'm going to do it next week for sure. Right? The topic was going to be, why is Zoe still single? And I was going to walk you through every aspect of why. But then this topic came to the source. We got the download for this topic. It's an important topic. If enmeshment means blurred boundaries, Eric, do relationships with enmeshed men always collapse under invisible third parties? Truemonger said, that's not our business, so don't do that topic. How does an enmeshed family teach self-betrayal as loyalty? Is closeness in enmeshed families intimacy, or is it captivity disguised as care? Do parental enmeshment systems function like cults within the child as indoctrinated discipline rather than autonomous adult? How might enmeshment trap someone in perpetual adolescence, making mature love impossible? Does emotional immaturity in parents inevitably create emotional illiteracy in children? Wow. Zoe just wants to start these radical, revolutionary, progressive discussions about relationships. I've been saying it for a long time. We play too much because we're always playing to win. Y'all hear that? Somebody meme it for me. We play too much because we're always playing to win. Relationships is about learning about oneself. And you don't learn about yourself just to stack that on your proverbial psychological bookshelf. No. You learn this information so you can rewrite it. So you can rewrite you, reprogram you, recondition you as the person you truly want to be. Not the image, not the mask, but the actual being. Again, you don't have to agree. I started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. This week has been on fire. Love y'all. See y'all next week with some more slappers.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Trump officials visited Memphis, Tennessee Wednesday as federal forces began a crime crackdown. Attorney General Pam Bondi and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth met with law enforcement and National Guard troops.
This is long-term. we are going to work hand in hand to make the most violent crime city in the country have no crime.
Black Mayor Paul Young hopes it brings results. A year after being shot 10 times while pregnant, a black mother from Memphis, Tennessee, Kiera Maxwell, is calling for federal help. Her boyfriend Maurice Dorsey was killed in the ambush. Maxwell